Good morning and welcome. It's now your turn. Would you rise in body or in spirit, turning in our gray hymnal to hymn number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth, in our gray hymnal number 21. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Thoughts of all to thee we raise, this our hymn of grateful praise, for the joy of ear and eye, for the heart and mind's delight, for the mystic harmony, linking sense to sound and sight. Thoughts of all to thee we raise, this our hymn of grateful praise, for the wonder of each hour of the day and of the night. Vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light, source of all to thee we raise, this our hymn of grateful praise, for the joy of human care, sister, brother, parent, child, for the kinship we all share, for all gentle thoughts and mild, source of all to thee we raise, this our hymn of grateful praise. Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Reverend Theresa Rohlck. I'm the Minister of Pastoral Care here at the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Ann Arbor. We have been a presence in this community since 1865. We are glad that you are here, and it matters that you are here on a Sunday in which we highlight the beauty of the earth in our flower communion ritual. Now, if you have been here before for one of our annual flower communion services, we will have noticed things are a little bit different. You were invited to add your flowers to any of the vases you see around you in the sanctuary as you entered. Feel free to do that now if you didn't do it on your way in. Any vase will do. A very warm welcome to those online. If you'd like to take a second and introduce yourself in the chat, please do. We'd love it if you fill out a survey, UUAA.org/newcomer survey, so we can better connect with you. If it's possible where you are, have some kind of flower or plant nearby to be ready for later in the service when we will bless the flowers. Now, if you have bravely chosen to attend here for the very first time, or if you are still very new to us, right after the service, there will be an in-person newcomer welcome in the Redmond room, which is just outside these doors, up a little bit, and a door on the left. There will be someone there to answer your questions about Unitarian Universalism and about the work of this congregation, and it might help you decide whether this might be your spiritual home. Now, everyone, old or new, people of all ages, are invited to attend this month's Friday Fun Night. It's sponsored by the UUAA Women's Group and Restorative Justice, and it will be held on Friday, May 15th, 6 to 9 p.m. Please join us for the ever-popular chili cook-off. And after dinner, adults, teens, and children will gather for age-appropriate restorative justice organized activities, including justice-themed crafts and a reader's theater. Now, this morning feels particularly celebratory to me, being in the midst of so many flowers. So what better time to remember that we need to celebrate our birthday? So I'm going to ask Dusty and Allison if you would lead us in singing Happy Birthday to Us. And remember, you have to sing the whole name. Happy birthday to the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Ann Arbor. I think we can do it.
Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, dear the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Ann Arbor. Happy birthday to us.
I say we sound pretty good for being 161 years old. Now, birthdays always make me think about cake. And guess what? There will be cake today in the social hall after the service, but not birthday cake. No, I know. But instead, we have a farewell and good wishes cake for our part-time membership coordinator, James Jandro. James is back here. This is his last day with us as he's beginning a full-time position as the Regional Organizing Director for the Michigan Democratic Party. We wish him, yes. We wish him all the best in this really very, very important work. So please take a moment to greet James in the social hall and make a card for him. There are supplies right near the cake in the social hall. So let's take a few breaths together now for those online, those here in the sanctuary, and those watching later. Breathe in the joy of all the wonderful things this community does. And as you breathe out, feel yourself settle into your body, into this space, as we ready ourselves to receive the gifts of music, words, story, and flowers with open hearts and minds. Breathe, knowing it is a blessing that in this community we recognize the multitude of ways people can mother, and we welcome all those who identify as a mother into this community. Let us remember that this day dedicated to mothers is a day that for many brings up many complicated emotions. We remember the mothers who are no longer with us and deeply missed. The mothers who were absent or not able to offer what you needed growing up. We remember the mothers whose children are struggling. And we remember mothers who hold the deep sorrow of having lost a child. We remember the single mom, or the two moms, or the two dads, the aunties, or any combination of people who took on the role of mothering. We remember the new mom who may feel joyful, exhausted, scared, sad, or overwhelmed. We remember the mothers who are incarcerated and the children and loved ones who miss them. May their ache of physical separation be eased. May they find that healing and transformation is possible, and that their families and communities may be restored as these mothers return home. So let's take a handful of breaths together as you remember all of the humans who have mothered you. Let us offer them our gratitude for doing the very hard work of mothering. May the universe grant all mothers moments of rest May they know the work they do is holy work. We are gathered in community, and we are ready to worship together.
We have many cherished rituals in Unitarian Universalism. We offer communions of water, dirt, seeds, bread, fire, flowers, and even stardust. That last one often involves glitter. Now, as a mom, not a big fan, but I can imagine that that is very beautiful. We dedicate children. We celebrate bridging youth and life transitions. We call in the directions and honor the elements. We remember those we've loved and lost. We bless backpacks and animals. And we start the new year by letting go. Rituals provide comfort and familiarity. They connect us to those that came before and those yet to come. And they offer the opportunity to reflect on our own spiritual journeys in the safe embrace of beloved community. On this Mother's Day Flower Communion Sunday, as on every Sunday, we begin our time together with the lighting of our chalice. This morning, I would like to invite Betsy Price to the chancel to join me to light our sanctuary chalice. And as Betsy joins us, we prepare to welcome warmth and light into this sacred space. So I invite all of you that are joining us remotely to light a candle or a chalice of your own and let us know where you are so that we may be together, if not in body, then in spirit. As we say these words together, let us recognize and celebrate the ways in which we mother one another in this community and in the world. We light this chalice for the light of truth. We light this chalice for the warmth of love. We light this chalice for the energy of action. We light this chalice for the harmony of peace. Thank you, Betsy. Just as we light a chalice every Sunday, so too do we recite the words of our covenant. We are a people committed to compassion and generosity, pluralism and transformation, justice and equity, and we are always guided by love in everything that we do. So whether you're joining us for the first time or you have these words memorized, please join me as we say together, the spirit of this church is love, and service is its law. This is our covenant with each other, to dwell together in peace, to search for truth in love, and to help one another. As Reverend Theresa noted, for many of us, Mother's Day is complicated. I am one of the ones who has lost a mother. I used to hide away from the world on this day, trying not to drown as the waves of grief crashed over me. And even decades later, I continue to carry that loss around with me, and I know I will for the rest of my life. And on Mother's Day, it feels a little heavier. And then I became a mom. And suddenly, across the backdrop of that void, ripples of the most vivid colors appeared, much like a rainbow after a storm. That loss will always be with me, but now that loss journeys hand in hand with joy and promise. Our story for all ages offers a lesson in that hope. Rain Before Rainbows by Smriti Prasadam Halls, illustrated by David Litchfield. Rain before rainbows, clouds before sun, night before daybreak, the old day is done. There are mountains for climbing, journeys to take, dreams that are hopeful, decisions to make. Dark days may shake us and worries creep in, with dragons to duel and battles to win. Thunder will rumble, lightning will flash, the wind will start blowing and tall waves will crash. But There are footsteps to follow and words that are wise. There's a map that will guide us when troubles arise. There are friends who will help us, courageous and kind, a rope to hold on to, and treasure to find. Sowing and planting, roots before shoot, stem before flower, leaf before fruit. Rain before rainbows, clouds before sun, night before daybreak, a new day's begun. A day full of promise, a day full of light. The morning is breaking, and the morning is bright. The end. When my children were little, we had a handful of go-to activities, but the petting farm at Domino Farms was definitely the favorite. Watching them waddle around after the waddling ducks, or giggling at the llamas, or hee-hawing at the donkeys, absolutely priceless. And then there was that time when, after spending the entire morning hyping it up, we discovered upon arrival that the petting farm was still on its limited seasonal schedule. Closed. Imagine the scene. Not one, but two devastated, outraged 3-year-olds who had been promised bunnies and peacocks and baby ducks. I scrambled to think of something that could appease them. What about the library? Absolute bust. What about the park? No way. The hands-on museum? Usually an absolutely foolproof suggestion. I was met with mournful wails. So I had to just think on my feet quickly. What about donuts? Well, that got their attention. And so, to Dom's in Ypsilanti we trekked for chocolate frosted donuts with rainbow sprinkles. And suddenly, I was transformed from the world's evilest villain into the best mom ever. When you're deep in the trenches of parenting young children, the days often blur together. The one constant is that constant worry that you're doing everything wrong. Most of those visits blend together in my memories. It's one big amalgam of petting farm experiences. But I do remember that day. That terrible, frustrating, delicious, beautiful day. And I think I speak for moms and parents and caregivers everywhere when I say, I hope that we all have many days just like that one. Those days, the ones that we remember when everything goes wrong before everything goes right. The ones that our kids will remember as the best days. As Reverend William Rice says, it is most wise to combine flowers and children in a day of celebration. For flowers and children ever speak to us of wonders and glories yet to be, of hopes fulfilled if we tend our gardens and our homes with patience and wisdom and love. May it be so. Thank you, Chalice Bells. We are a garden, an ecosystem, a beloved community. Into this sacred space, we bring our histories, our memories, our struggles and our triumphs, our great loves and our great heartbreaks. And today, we bring our flowers. All of us have a role to play in making this congregation the force for peace and justice that it has been and will continue to be, with your support. One of the ways you can help us side with love in all the amazing ways that we do is through the spiritual practice of our offering. There are many ways to give. The ushers will pass collection baskets, and you're welcome to offer cash or checks. You can also text UUAA to 73256, or you can go to uuaa.org/giving. Today's offering will now be given and gratefully received. Thank you for that gift. There are many ways. Oh, I'm sorry, I already did that part. Will the ushers please come forward? As they do, I invite you to rise in body or spirit, wherever you may be, and say with me the words of dedication. One moment. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings. Thank you.
So who knows the little rhyme about the eensy weensy spider? Yes? Kids, do you know that rhyme? Wait. It's the itsy bitsy spider? Okay, I'm going to do for kids over here. Is it itsy bitsy spider? Well, I totally trust you as the authorities, so we will do itsy bitsy spider, and I will change everything I have prepared. Okay, so you know that rhyme. So what happens? The itsy bitsy spider goes up the water spout. Okay, then what? Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Okay, things are not looking good for this itsy bitsy spider, are they? Okay, then what? Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. Okay, so now we're feeling really hopeful, yeah? And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Fabulous. Thank you for your help with that. But do you feel like that sometimes? Yeah? You're going about your business, you're just trying to get through your day, and then the rain comes. Whatever your personal storm is, maybe it's something really difficult at school, maybe it's a disagreement with your boss at work or with your coworkers, maybe there are challenges with your brothers or sisters or siblings or parents or partners, maybe it's an unexpected health crisis. So the rain comes. It could be it's the latest news, or is that the fake news? Is it gas prices, a war, human rights violations, civil rights being eroded? You know the list of what that rain is, yeah? This kind of rain can feel like it will never end, and we may feel like we are drowning. We are completely washed down that water spout. But we haven't drowned, right? We are still here. We're all here together. We may be waterlogged, but out came the sun and dried up all the rain. Now, even if for only momentarily, we have found some respite in the sun. We feel like a dog after swimming in a lake. We exuberantly shake off all the water, and we're ready to go up the spout again. Now, the rhyme doesn't mention if the itsy bitsy spider had any other itsy bitsy spider friends around. I would like to think that they did, because when it's rough going, having someone to weather the storm with you is important. We can go it alone, and sometimes we have to, but I think our instinct is to connect. We just know that that's the right thing to do. Now, about a month ago, Ann Arbor and the surrounding area experienced some severe weather. Now, where I live, there was a tornado warning at around 1:30 in the morning. The sirens went off, my phone emergency alarm went off and woke me up from my sleep. Now, I'm usually cautious during storms, but I don't always immediately head to the basement until I've looked outside and see, what's up. Well, this time it felt different because I couldn't see much outside because of the rain and the wind, and it suddenly just looked very ominous. So I knew this was the time to be wise and take shelter. So I headed to my basement with my flashlight, my phone, my computer, and my charger. And within moments, the power went out. But I still had a phone connection. And there it was, ping, a text from a friend. Did you hear the sirens? Are you okay? Yes. You? I'm in the basement. Me too. My power went out. Mine's okay. And then after a bit, looks like the storm has passed. Yeah, radar shows the worst has passed us. I'm going back upstairs. Me too. As it turned out, there was a tornado very close to where I live. And I was grateful for that connection from that friend in the middle of the night. It felt safer, and it made the storm feel less scary. Now, the next morning, When the sun came out, amid the damage from trees and branches and downed power lines that were all around the surrounding neighborhoods, there were still flowers blooming. They were fine, despite being battered by the rain and the wind. And I marvel that these fragile flowers can emerge from such a storm intact and still be upright. Have you ever noticed that? How the flowers and plants make it through big rainstorms? Yeah. In each flower, there is so much hope and resilience and strength. So, today, as we are surrounded by flowers, I invite you to really notice them, to spend time with these reminders that we can get through storms being thrown at us. The story Stella read reminds us of the same thing. Rain before rainbows, clouds before sun, that during the storm there are friends to help us get through it. And after, there is a new day full of promise. May today be that new day for you, full of promise. Here comes the sun, and I say, everything will be all right. Thank you, Chalice Singers. The first flower communion happened just over 100 years ago. It was created by the Unitarian minister, Reverend Norbert Čapek, for his congregation in what is now Czechoslovakia. He asked the people in his congregation each to bring a flower to worship one Sunday. He wanted to do something that would involve the congregants and convey the idea of community by visually creating one large bouquet representing the coming together of many individual parts in a unified, beautiful whole. It was a coming together of community. Now, our flower communion takes place as the church year comes to a close, and as it was for Reverend Čapek, we too do this to visually remind ourselves of the beauty and diversity of our community. It's also a way to complete the cycle of our church year, which we begin in early September with water communion. For our ingathering, you each bring water to add to a communal bowl, and we remember how we are connected to each other as the water is collected and mingles together. Likewise, in our dirt communion ritual that we did just last month, you each added dirt to communal pots in which flowers will be planted. We remember how we are connected not just to each other, but to the earth, the trees, the birds, the animals, to all living and growing species on the earth. From water and earth comes new life, flowers and plants, signs of hope, reminders that even in the midst of storms in our personal or collective lives, beauty is possible. Hope is possible. Now, when Reverend Čapek did the first flower communion, he offered a blessing for the flowers. So I think we should do the same thing. What does it mean to bless something? It can mean to make it holy, can be a way to praise or honor something as being special, and that's what we're going to do today. But who can do a blessing? Everybody, anybody. It's not just me because I'm standing up here as a minister. Everybody can do blessings. We do them sometimes at very important moments in people's lives or to recognize a special event, like today, blessing the flowers. So I'm going to need some help because our flowers are all over the sanctuary. So especially kids, any children, and maybe a couple of the grown-ups, and Dusty and Stella will help. Would you mind going and standing near any of these tables? There's 2 here and 2 in the back and that one over there. So any kids who want to, you don't have to say anything. You're just going to help bless the flowers. You're going to stand there with your hands. So if you want to, gather around the tables. There's a few in the back. Any other kids want to join? Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I just need a couple hands at each table would be great. Okay, so what you're going to do, if you can see me, you're going to hold your hands kind of out in front of you with the palms down or palms up, kind of towards the flowers. Yeah? Everybody can see that? I got it? Okay. You all can help do this too, and if you're at home, you can do the same gesture to know that your blossoms will be part of this larger bouquet. Okay, so everyone's ready. I'm going to read Reverend Čapek's blessing. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessing on these, thy messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts, to be in one desire and in affection and devotion to thy holy will. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of thy most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in this world. Amen. Thank you so much for helping with the blessing. Now, if you're at the tables, each of you may take a flower to bring home with you. And at this time, I invite everyone else to get up, go to any table, and take a blossom that you will take home with you. So if you need a flower and it's hard to get around, we will bring a vase to you. Just let us know. So please, come and take a flower. So I'm going to invite you to rise in body or in spirit and join with us in singing hymn 163, For the Earth Forever Turning, hymn number 163.
For the earth forever turning, for the skies for every sea, for our lives, for all we cherish, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the mountains, hills, and pastures, in their silent majesty, for the stars, for all the heavens, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the sun, for rain and thunder, for the seasons' harmony, for our lives, for all creation, sing we our joyful praise to thee. For the world we raise our voices, for the home that gives us birth. In our joy we sing, returning home to our blue-green hills of earth.
Beloveds, look at the flower you are now holding. Really, look at it. Take in its beauty, marvel at its resilience, and know that it was shared by someone who wishes you well. Go into this new day full of promise and hope. Go in peace. Amen. May it be so.